Hey there, I'm Garrett Kling. I was in YAS 2 and YAS 3, and I can attest to what an amazing experience YAS is. And I'm sure at this point in the competition, you guys are feeling kind of brain fried. But I just commend you for all taking the risk and presenting your work to us. It's a little strange being on the other side judging, but it's fun. I really enjoyed watching all your pieces. And the criteria that I had for art on ice in this specific challenge was, how did the work of art that you chose complement the skating piece that you presented? Relationally, what was the connection there? And how did the choreography help give meaning to the work of art? So I'm going to go in the order of the pieces that I saw. Danielle. Hey. I thoroughly enjoyed the skating piece that you showed to us. I really enjoyed how the skaters accumulated into the piece and how Lauren was the central figure at the beginning and at the end. I really liked the ending with the spins and the plaza and how Lauren was captured in the center. That was a really nice moment. And I think the whole feeling of the piece that I got was this breezy groove that I really got into. I really liked the vibe that you presented. The image that you gave to us, I think missed the mark a bit. I feel like the image was stale and stagnant. I feel like the girl in the photograph looked very introspective, and that was a different meaning than what you gave to us in the piece. I wish you had found a moment in a photograph where the dancer was giving kind of a look, or was giving more life to her dancing, because I feel like she was really hidden, like her soul was very closed in the photograph that you showed. So I'm going to give you 3.5 stars. Really nice job. I just want you to think more about how the photograph connects with your skating piece. Thanks. Kyle, I found your piece to be very poignant. I really appreciate you telling a story that was relatable and simple, yet very effective. A romantic pair number can sometimes feel contrived, but there was a very natural connection between the pair that you chose. I liked motifs that you had with the head roll and the sweeping arm movements, and I really just enjoyed watching it. It was a really nice piece. I wish that you had taken more risks with it. I really liked the moment where the girl was running and jumping into the arms of the man, and I wanted to see more of those moments where there was a sense of urgency and desperation, because that photograph was so iconic and really a special moment where a couple were reunited after something so traumatic like war. I wanted you to present that connection a bit more between the couples and to surprise us a little bit more. Saying that, I thought you did a really nice job, and so I give you 4. Morris, hello. You're a beautiful skater. I really enjoy watching you move across the ice. I felt like your piece lacked structure, and because of that, I didn't know how to interpret your work of art. I liked a lot of moments in your piece. It was an interesting choice to start with just your skates in the frame, but I felt like it lacked meaning, and when you went to the toes so many times, it started to lose its effectiveness. And so when you find a motif like that, always try to think about different ways you can do it in the number, in a different way or with a different body part, something that creates more interest. And so I'm going to give you 2.5 stars. You have a lot of nice moments. Now it's just structuring it all together. Thanks. Cordero. Your piece was a great representation of using a very literal image and abstracting it in a really breathtaking way. I really loved how each skater had their own vignette and represented, a different part of the landscape. I loved how the skaters that were kind of in the background were doing creative movement, and there wasn't ever a skater stationary or just standing there. There was always something happening, even if you weren't looking at the main skater at that time. And so I loved the patterns and the formations and how it all came together with the music, and I really have nothing negative to say about it. I give you 5 stars. Thank you. Arthur, hey there. I really liked your idea, and I really liked the music that accompanied it. I feel like I got confused at when you were starting to embody the sculpture, because if you had started in one of the poses that the sculpture was in, that would have been clear to me that you were the embodiment of this sculpture. But instead it started where you were, slowly coming out on the ice, you were skating around, doing some movement, and then you struck a pose, like in the sculpture. And to me that was confusing because I didn't know at what points you were the sculpture or weren't the sculpture. So I think that if you worked on just bringing that storyline together more, it would have really been a really awesome piece. So I really like the idea, and I think it could be something really cool if you reworked it a bit. So I'm going to give you 3 stars. Thanks. Stephanie, hi. I really, really liked your piece. I loved the concept using Banksy, and Adam was your perfect muse for that. And I loved the vibe, I loved the music, I really understood the motifs that you were using, and I loved the reoccurring hand reaching out gesture. Very effective. And the only things were that I felt like the editing was a bit distracting and the changing of speeds at certain times. I also feel like Adam has such an amazing display of tricks that he does, but that sometimes they were unnecessary, particularly the backflip. I just feel like it was thrown in to be thrown in, and it didn't really progress the piece in any way. But saying that, I really, really thought you did a really great job with it. So I'm giving you 4.5. Laura, hey there. I really like the choreography of the piece. Especially in the beginning, I felt like you gave the skater a lot of interesting movement that went really nicely with the music. However, I got confused at the image that you chose because you picked something so specific, like a monument for a figure like John Lennon. It's really hard to make something so literal like that become an abstraction, and I feel like your piece was trying to be more of maybe John Lennon's philosophy, but then I got a little confused at the music choice because I feel like that wasn't exactly something that would be used for a piece dedicated to John Lennon. And so I just wasn't exactly clear on the connection between the monument and the skating piece. So as a skating piece, I liked it. I'm going to give it 3 stars. Thank you.